Good day, good evening. This is Dr. Rendon. And today's lesson is the Critical Thinking Project for Excel. It covers modules 1 to 3. There is a similar project under Capstone in Excel 365 2021, but the instructions are set up differently. But the outcome is the same. So this time we're going to work on the critical thinking project. Your instruction is similar to what I'm showing on my desktop for creating formulas with functions. In the file name for your start file should be formatted as I'm highlighting, ending in -1. Then you're going to rename it, your file, ending in _2 with this naming convention, okay? With SC as Shelley Cashman, and then Excel 365 2021. Okay, so like I said, you're going to edit the file name by changing 1 to 2. If you don't see the XLSX file extension, do not type it. Okay, and then in cell B6, the documentation, your name should be displayed. Otherwise, download another copy. So I'm going to my start file, and then I'm going to select file, save as, and then mine is SC underscore EX365 underscore 2021 underscore CT for critical thinking underscore CS1 dash 3C, and then my first and last name, then I'm changing it to _2, click save. And this time I'm going to, let me see, I'm going to select a different folder, desktop and my YouTube. Okay, click save. Okay, then back to the instruction. So first step is Carla Aranga is a senior account manager at Insight Healthcare Consultants. It's a consulting firm that works with hospital, clinics, and healthcare providers. She asked you for help with the workbook she created, and so the first one is go to the project status worksheet. The data is incomplete and formatting needs to be finished, so you're going to unfreeze the first column since it does not display the information that she needs. Back to your start file. To do that, select the view and then select the freeze panes drop down menu and select unfreeze. Okay, so step 2, you're going to enter a function to the right of the cell marked date to display the current dates, and then use the short date number format to display only the date in the cell. Back to the instructions. So to the right of the date is J1. Okay, to the right of the date is J1. And then select the formulas under date and time, select now, click enter, and then select home tab, and then from the number group, select the drop down menu and select the short dates. Okay, that's your step 2. In your step 3, the worksheet title should use a consistent design throughout the workbook. Change the field color and the font color of the cell containing the professional therapist upgrade to match the cell below, and then merge and cell the contents through the end of the table data. Then use the autofit to resize the row to its best fit. Okay, back to the start file. So the first thing we're going to do is in B2, in cell B2, which is the professional therapist, system upgrade, you're going to change the shading color to let me see, it says which is the same as below here, the project status report, um, to match the cell below. Okay, so this time I'm going to select the B2 and go to the shading color and select the I believe it's the dark red here, which is the same dark red. So let me see here, dark red accent 6, lighter 40%. That should be the same color. And then we're going to change the color of the font to white background 1. Then we need to select the B2 to H2 and then merge in center. Select merge in center under the home tab, alignment group, and then use the, let me see, you're going to merge in center and then going to auto fit. Okay, select the row 2 and then from the home tab in the format drop down menu, select the auto fit row height. Okay, and then go back to the instruction. So that should be correct. Let me see, I want to make sure that I did it correctly. I think so. Go back to the instruction. This time, the step 4, format the billing rate data to suit the design of the worksheet and make the data easier to understand. Okay, and then the first one is change the billing rate to italics to match the date, the cell label date, then apply the currency number with to display the dollar amount. Okay, back to the instruction and then go to I2 here. We just need to select I so that this is the same format as the I1, which is the date. Okay, and then go to J2 here and then we're going to apply the currency format. So select under let's see, so under the number group, select the drop down arrow and then we need the currency format to clarify that it contains the dollar amount. Okay, click OK. So that's step 4. And then so step 5, the text in the first column needs to be displayed in a better way. Format the data in the first column as follows. We're going to merge the cells from the text Everett Hospital down to the cell next to the last value in the service ID column. Rotate the text up in the merged cell so that the text reads from bottom to top. Middle align and center the text. Remove the border from the merged cell and then resize the column width to 4. Okay, going to highlight all of that. Back to the start file. So the first one is format the data in cell A4. So cell A4 is here, that reads Everett Hospital. But the first thing I need to do is select A4 to A13 and then merge the cell. So the merge the cell is under alignment. Select the drop down menu, select merge cell, and then under the alignment, you see this AB diagonal arrow up. Select the drop down menu and select rotate text up, and then so it reads from the bottom to top. And then this time I'm going to middle align. Right now it's bottom align, so select bottom middle align, then also select center. Okay, so we're going to remove the border. So under font group, select no border, and then select column A. I'm going to resize the column, so you can right click using your mouse and then select column width and type 4. Okay, you can also go to the format drop down menu and then select column width and type 4. It should be the same. So let me see, I did the merge the cell. Okay, let me see here. So I did merge the cell. Okay, merge the cell here, rotate text up, middle align. Okay, so here, so middle align and center, and then I remove the border, and then I resize. So that's complete for step 5. Now back to the instruction. Format, step 6 is format the row of data under the cell containing project status report to show that it contains column heading. Change the description to service description as the complete heading. Apply the accent 6 style to the row headings, and then resize the actual hours column to best fit. Okay, back to the start file. First is change the header, should say service description. So I'm just adding the word service, space, and then enter. Service description, and then highlight B4 to H4. Okay, so highlight B4 to H4. This time I'm going to apply the accent 6 cell styles. So go from home tab, select styles, drop down menu to open the gallery, and select accent 6. And then select row, select column D, and then we're going to resize column D to best fit. So select format, drop down menu from the home tab, and then select auto fit column width. Okay, so I believe I did everything, changing the service description, complete the column heading, the accent 6, and then resizing. So step 7, Carla wants to include the actual dollar amount of the services performed in the actual dollar column, starting with the actual dollar amount for general admin services. We're going to enter a formula without using the function that multiplies the actual hours by the billing rate to know the actual dollar amount charged for general admin services. Be sure that the formula always references the billing rate, which is the absolute value. Copy the formula down to fill the remaining amounts, and then match the number formats to the estimated column. So that is step 7. Back to the start file. Okay, so in cell E5, go to E5, right? And then this one should be equal sign D5 times J2 and then press F4 to make that absolute value. It adds that dollar sign in between J and then 2. Okay, and then from here we can use the let me see, we can use the fill handle to fill the formula E6 to E13, but make sure that we're not losing the formatting at the bottom of row 13. So that time we're going to select this autofill options and fill without formatting. Okay, as you can see, the underline is still there, and then it's pointing to the absolute cell J2. Okay, and then I think that's the C. We also need to select E16 to E13, and this time we're going to select the comma number, but then also with no decimal places, so really decrease the decimal. Okay, so that should be the correct format. So let's see. So that is number 7. We did the we multiplied the actual hours by the billing rate, and then we use the reference, the absolute rate. Then we copy the formula by to fill the remaining amounts, and then match the number formats to the estimated dollar column. Okay, copy the formula down to fill the remaining amounts, then match the number format to the estimated dollar columns, which is this one here. Okay, so they're now the same. Now that step 7 is complete, and then step 8 is Carla needs to show how much of the estimate remains after the services are performed. Starting with general admin services, we're going to enter a formula without using a function that subtracts the actual dollars billed from the estimated amount to know the remaining amount of the estimate. And then you're going to copy the formula down to fill the remaining amounts, and then also again match the number formats to the estimated dollar column. Okay, so this time that would be general admin services. Okay, so this one would be the, let me see, cell G5. So this one here, cell G5, right? We're going to enter the formula. It needs to be F5 minus E5. Okay, so let's try that one again. Okay, so without using a function that subtracts the actual dollars bill from the estimated amount. So the actual dollars bill that subtract the actual dollars bill from the estimated. So that means the formula is correct from the estimated amount. So the estimated amount is here, so F5 minus E5. Okay, and then you're going to use the fill handle to copy the formula only. So use this little icon here, the autofill options, fill without formatting. You can also use the copy and paste formulas, which I can tell you. So here you can copy and then select here and then select paste and then formulas only. So it gives you the correct answer. And then you can select the comma format and then decrease the decimals. So this one should be correct. Okay. Let's see the outcome first. So I want to see here, right? So you can see the outcome here, okay? So we are in here. So from 375 to 6,800. So that's correct, right? So now back to I think step 9. Okay. Step 9, Carla also wants to show the remaining amount as a percent of the actual amount. Starting with general admin services, enter a formula without using a function that divides remaining dollar amount by the estimated dollar amount. You copy the formula down to fill the remaining percent, then copy the formula but not the formatting to the total row as well. Okay, so back to the start file. We're doing the column H now. So in H5, you're going to type equal sign, point to G5 divided by F5. Okay, so it's 15%. You can copy the formula and then copy the formula, I think all the way to the 14, and then select paste, or you can right click here, paste, and then formula only. Okay, and then this one should also be a percent. Okay, but we can do that later. Okay, and then I think that's it for this here. We'll see the outcome should be, let me see, 15%, 6%, 67%, so which is correct, right? And then so I'm talking about here, the outcome should 15, 67%, so that should be correct here. Okay, back to step 10, I think. Okay, so we're done with this one here. And then now, step 10, now Carla needs to calculate the project status total. In the cell, use a function to total the actual hours, copy the formula across, and then fill the rest of the totals. Then apply the accounting number format with no decimals. Back to the instruction, in the project status total, go to D14. We're going to select the at sum because we just need to sum it up. Okay, double click it, click auto sum, and then click again. And then if you check the formula, it's the same, equal sign sum D5 to D13. Okay, then we can use the fill handle to fill out the other formulas. Okay, and then we can highlight here, and then in the number, so highlight or select E5 to E13, and then go back to the number group, select and open the format cells, and then in here you can select the accounting format with no decimal places. 0 should be 0. Okay, there you go. Just going to highlight this one here. Then step 11, Carla also wants to identify the services for which Insight has billed more than the full estimate amount. Use conditional formatting to highlight remaining percentage with values less than 1% using the default option. So back to here, you're going to highlight now the percent from 15% all the way to 67%, which is H5 to H13. And then use the conditional formatting, drop down menu, select highlight cell rules, go to the right, and then I need to select less than, type 1%, and then it's already selected with light red fill with dark red text, select OK. So that's it for step 11. Actually, yes, step 11. So now step 12, Carla imported data about the consultants working on the Everett Hospital project, but she wants to include the data in the project status worksheet. So we're going to go to the consultant worksheet, we're going to copy the entire table and then paste it in the project status worksheet, keeping the source formatting. So that should be easy. Go to the consultants, just select the table, select copy, go back to the project status, and then we need to paste this in J3, and I think that's what it says there. Under the billing rates. So under the billing rate is here, and then so going to put it up, just select J3 and then select paste, and then this time I'm going to select the keep source formatting. Okay, back to the instruction, I'm going to, no, already selected it. Carla needs to list the role for each consultant. Those with 4 or more years of experience take the lead role. Otherwise, it will be the associate role. Starting with Kirk Digan, use the function to determine the consultant's role, displaying real lead or associate as appropriate. Then copy the formula. Then resize the role column to its best fit. Back to the start file, and we're going to select the N5, and then this time I'm going to select the formulas, and then go to the logical drop down menu and select if, and then select the M5, and then it needs to be greater than or equal to 4 years, I think. So let's see. Yes, with 4 or more years. Okay, and then if it is, show lead. If not, the role should be only associate. Okay, click OK, and then this time I'm going to copy the formula only. So select, right, you can right click here, copy, and then select all the way to 13, right click, and then select formula only. Okay, you can also copy and paste using the home tab, copy and paste, and then formula. Okay, so it will give you the same answer. Back to the start file. Let me see. We're done with step 13. Step 14, Carla wants to include summary statistics about the project and the consultants in the cell under the project status report table. Use a function to determine the average number of years of the consultants. So from the average years of experience is here. Go to D16. So here D16. So we're going to, there's 2 ways here. You can go back to the formulas, and then for the more functions, go to statistics and select average, and then select M5 M5 to M15, click OK. Or you can also go to, I can undo this and do it again, and then I can select from insert function, and then if you can find the average there in the insert function form, select it, and then select M5 to M13. It gives you the right answer, which is 4.3. Okay, so this one is Carla wants, no, so I have done step 14. So step 15, the 3D clustered column chart is not the clearest format to show the actual hours, so we're going to change this to so the 3D clustered column chart, change it to clustered bar chart, and then title should be actual project hours, and then add the primary horizontal axis, and then change the axis title to hours, and then add the data labels in the center of the bar. Okay, back to here, select the chart. Okay, and then select the chart design, change the chart type, and here you're going to select the bar chart, and it's already selected the cluster bar. Select OK, and then now we're just changing the title, the chart title. It should be actual. I'm going to insert the word project in between the actual hours. Okay, unselect, and then we're going to add the primary horizontal axis. So under chart element, select the axis title. Yes, the axis chart title, but I'm just going to need the primary horizontal, and then type hours, and select, and then again back to the chart elements, and this time I need the data labels to be in the center. Okay, if you know this one, okay, it's there. It's hard to see, but it's there. Okay, back to the instruction. I'm going to delete row 33 because it's not needed. Scroll down, select row 33, right click, and select delete. Okay, and back to the instruction. Go to the schedule worksheet. You're going to rename to project schedule. Back to the start file. So this is the schedule. So you can press F2 on your keyboard, or double click it, and then add the word project schedule, project space schedule. Okay, press enter. So that is step 17. Okay, now step 18, each service charts on a different date because the services depend on each other. Starting with phase 2, enter a formula without using a function that adds 4 days to the service, to the G131 service date. So let's do that first, right? Starting with phase 2. Okay, so the phase 2, let's see, back to start file. So phase 2 is here, okay, and then that adds 4 days to the G131. So the G131 here, right? So now go to D6, and the formula should be C6 plus 4. Okay, so C6 plus 4, right? And then next, use a similar formula that subtracts 3 days from G131 service date. Okay, so for, does it say for the next one, yes. For the next one, it should be, which is E6. For E6, you're going to select equal sign or type equal sign, and then go to C6 minus 3 days. Okay, so that's 514. Okay, and then back to here, we're just going to the next date, and the next one is next date, use a similar, that's just add 2 days to the F125 service date. Okay, so equal sign F, what does it say? Let me see. Okay, add 2 days to the F125. So equal sign F6 F125 plus 2. Okay, so the last one is adding 2 days to G131. So equal sign G131 is here plus 2 days. Okay, so let's see. The first one is C6 plus 4. Second one is C6 minus 3. The third one is E6 plus 2. The last one is C6 plus 2. And then we're just going to copy the formula. So I've done this one here. Copy the formula here. So I'm going to highlight because they're formula, and then just do the fill range. Okay, so in here is 521 to 71. Let's try that. Okay, the next one actually 517 to 71. Okay, here 517 to 71. So they look right. Okay, 519, yes. Okay, so now back to here. The last one is we're going to use the earliest of the project schedule date at the start date, so that's the minimum. Okay, back to here, go to C12, and then go to the formula, select more functions, statistical, and then yes, look for minimum. Okay, and then select all the dates to find the earliest date. Okay, which is 514. Then go to the next, which is the latest date. Okay, back to here. So go to the formula, more functions, statistical, and then look for max. Max is here, and then highlight all the dates, and then click OK. So earliest is 514 and completion is 7/3. So let's check that out. It's 514 and 7/3. Okay, so it should be documentation, project status, consultants, project schedule. Project status, consultants, project schedule. My documentation shows my name. Okay, so everything is correct. And we're done with this project. Let's save it. Click File, save a copy, and save. And then you are now ready to upload your assignment. Okay? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.